Hello everyone, welcome to Port Shots, and in this video we are going to see how to get the relative price of token from Uniswap pair contract. So we'll take this DAI-ETH pair for our example, and we will try to fetch the price of the Ethereum in DAI in real time. So we will see two different ways of doing this. In first way, we'll use HTTP Web3 provider to continuously query the blockchain, and the other way will be bit more efficient. We will use WebSockets for that. So I have already created a blockchain.js file in which we will be declaring our Web3 providers. We'll also need a node to connect to blockchain. So for that we will use Infura. You can just go on the Infura and create an account and get this URLs for HTTP and WebSocket. I have already put it in the .env file. So let's just get started. We'll write most of our code in index.js file. So we'll start with importing the required packages and modules. So the first packet we are going to import is the big.big.js, which we require to deal with the large numbers. The another is the blockchain model we just wrote, and third is the Uniswap or pair contract API, because we'll be interacting with the pair contract, so we need to have the API of the contract. We can get that API from Uniswap documentation. Just go to the pair smart contract pair page, and at the end of it, you will get the link to download the API. So let's just move on. The next thing we need to do is to define the address of the pair contract and the querying interval for querying the price. So here the pair address is this. We have got this from the Uniswap info page. If you see this URL at the end of URL, you will see there is the address of this pair contract. We just took that and we just give the name that is DAI and an interval that is 1000 milliseconds. So that will be in millisecond. That means after every 1 second, we are going to query the blockchain to get the real value of the token. The next thing we are going to do is that we are going to create a Web3 contract object, which we will be using to query the contract on the blockchain. So this is just the Web3 HTTP provider that we are declaring this blockchain.js file, and we are just creating the contract object. We are passing the API of that pair contract and the address of the pair contract, which is the DAI-ETH pair. So we'll write most of our main logic into this main function. So this what we're exactly doing is that we're continuously querying the blockchain to get the results of the pairs contract, to get the amount of token which is stored into the pool, and then we are calculating the price based on that. So to do that, we are declaring a while loop here. In that while loop, we are constantly fetching the price from the pair contract, and then we are just sleeping for a specific interval. So I haven't declared this get reserve function yet. So get reserve function is just a simple function to get the amount of tokens available in the pair contract. So in this function, we are taking the contract object as a parameter, and then we are calling the contract objects method of get reserves, and then we are converting the result into the big integer form, big number format. Okay, so next thing we'll require is the sleep function, because we want to pause the execution for some specific amount of time and then again query the function, again query the blockchain. The sleep function is a rather simple one. It will return a promise that will resolve after a certain amount of time, and then we'll call the main function here. Okay, so this is the code to get the relative price of token from blockchain. That is, we are continuously querying the blockchain. So let's just run it. So as you can see, we are getting the price of the token, and it is querying the blockchain after every 1 second. That is the price we are saying is after every 1 second. So this was the first method. Now let's just see how we can improve this further. So what we are currently doing is that we are just querying the blockchain every second to see if there is a price change, and then we are calculating the price based on the reserves. But to optimize it further, we can what we can do, we can subscribe to blockchain's events and then wait for when the reserves of the pair changes and then recalculate the price according to that. So let's just see the documentation. In the documentation, if we see there is a sync event here. So this event will get emitted every time the reserve get updated. So that is what we are looking for. So to subscribe to that particular event, we'll need to have a contract object declared using WebSocket provider. So we'll just create another provider contract object here. So that is our new contract object with WebSocket provider. It is like blockchain the Web3 WS and the API of the pair contract and the address of the contract. Next thing we'll need is an object to store the state of the blockchain. Let's say by the state I mean that the current reserve or the latest amount of tokens the pair has. So let's just quickly create it. So what we are doing is that in the state we are storing the block number and the amount of token 1 and the amount of token 0 inside the reserves. So basically, when we subscribe to an event, so every time there will be an event in the blockchain, the Web3 WebSocket provider will call the function which we gave it with the event data. So let's just quickly create that function. We'll name that function update state. So this is the function. So every time there will be an sync event, the data of that event will be passed to this function. And then what we are doing is that we are updating the state, we are updating the amount of token 0 and token 1. And then we are also updating the current block number. And then we are just printing the current price based on the changed reserves. So now the remaining part is only to register the event listener and just wait. So we'll create another main function named as main WSS, that is for WebSockets. So as you could say, in this function, we are fetching the reserves for first time to initialize the state, and then also we are fetching the block number, the current block number to initialize the block number parameter in our state. Then we are subscribing to the sync event of the pair contract. And when the event will occur, we are registering a callback to call the update state function. At the end, we are just calculating and printing the value of the token, and that's it. So we just need to change the main function to main WSS, and it will work. Now let's run the code. So as you can see, rather than varying blockchain every second, we are now getting the update as the prices are getting changed. I just fast forwarded the video to show you how the prices will change. So this is it. This is how we fetch the price of the token from Uniswap pair contract. I've shown it two different ways. First, we're using the HTTP provider, other using WebSocket. So in HTTP provider, we were just continuously querying the blockchain to get the price, and in WebSocket, we are actually waiting for the swap event. And I'll put the link of the GitHub repo down in the description. And if you like the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.